Welcome geometry students to class today on this Tuesday, the 18th. Hope you guys are doing well. Hope you're ready to learn some math today. I'm still fighting off this bug a little bit, so my voice will be raspy, and it's annoying to me as much as it is to you, so I apologize. Students, there will be a test on Friday. As of now, I am planning on coming in to give that to you, so you will have a test on Friday, which means you'll have a review sheet on Thursday. Turn in your homework from Friday. Now this Friday is from like a week and a half ago, so in case you're confused, it was lesson 8.5, and it was this assignment right here, page 442, 8 through 13, 18 through 20, 23 through 38. It does need to be turned in today, or I will contact your parents like I always do. You guys know that it's not a mean thing, but this was given to you the last day of school before we got hit with all this snow, okay? And so it is due today. Jasa, please turn in what you have done. I will grade it, check it, and get back with you on what you're missing if you're still missing anything. By the way, Jasa, that quiz is optional for you, but I do need to hear from you on what your decision is. Haley, you have some assignments to make up. Please turn in all that you have done. Okay, let me get a drink here and let's get started. I hope you guys are doing well and hope you've enjoyed your miniature break that we had. I know that we did. We went sled riding and had a lot of fun. We had about 9 inches of snow here at our house in Ringgold, so we had a good time with that. Okay, get out your pens, pencil, paper, calculators, notebook, books, and let's get started. First of all, let's go over your quiz. So if you've not been handed a stack of papers, you need to pause the video and get that from someone, whoever your supervising teacher is, but we are going to go over your quiz right now. I'm really struggling, guys. I mean, my throat is killing me. It's very hard to talk, so I'll be drinking a lot. Just kind of understand that, and again, I'm sorry for what this sounds like. Please get your quizzes out and let's go over your quizzes. I'm going to be honest with you. Some of you did well. Those that did not, I just am going to be blunt with you and probably a little mean. There's just no excuse. I mean, by the way, the quiz is right here, page 464, 5 through 9, 13 through 20. For example, let's take a look at the first problem that you had to do. And I know my book should be open. It's not, so give me 1 second here. The directions for number 5 said, find the measure of angle 1. Now, look, I've taught you with any convex polygon, you count the number of sides, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 6 sides, and I showed you the formula is simply 180 times n minus 2. If there's 6 sides, then 6 minus 2. I love y'all. If you don't know this formula, 100 times n minus 2, that's your fault. There's just no nice way to say it. I mean, that is so simple. There's no one in the class who can't take 6 minus 2. That's 4. And then take 180 times 4. That's 720. So you know all these angles have to add up to 120. So with my calculator right here, I'm going to very quickly add up 136 plus 129 plus 100 plus 111 plus 120. And if you add up all those angles, you get 596. So I'm then going to subtract that from 720, and what you're going to get is 124. So this missing angle here is 124 degrees. Look, I mean, there's a time to be nice and a time to be really blunt. If you didn't know how to do that, you didn't study. I mean, 6 sides, 6 minus 2 is 4. The total angles are 720, and we go from there, okay? All right, let's continue on. And let's take a look at the next problem, number 6. Okay, what I've taught you is whenever you have all of the exterior angles around any convex polygon and you're adding them up, I've taught you this and taught you this and taught you this. The exterior angles always add up to 360. I don't care how many sides you have. The exterior angles always add up to 360. So I have 65, 62, 90, and 50. All right, so let's add up those 4 angles very quickly. And I've got my calculator here, 65 plus 62 plus 90 plus 50. If you add all of those up correctly, you will get 267. Well, then we can find this last angle by subtracting from 360. All right? And you will get 93 degrees. Now, students, there was nothing to do here except add and subtract from 360. I said this so many times in your notes. When you're dealing with interior angles, like we were earlier right here, interior angles right here, then you count the sides, subtract from 2, and multiply by 180. But when you're dealing with exterior angles, the angles are always going to add up to 360, so add the angles up and subtract from 360. Okay, and guys, we've been over that. I'm not being mean, it's just not that difficult. Okay, all right, let's take a look at number 7. The directions for 7 is find the area of the square. Well, we know how you find the area of a square is side times side, s times s. If this square has a length of 7, then this side has a length of 7. 7 times 7 is 49 square feet. That's the area of the square, 49 square feet. Okay, if you missed that, I don't know what to say. That's pretty simple. In order to find the area of a square, it's side times side. Okay, moving on to number 8. Let's find the area of a rectangle. Well, the area of a rectangle is length times width. Well, the length is 5, the width is 4, so the answer is 20 square centimeters. If you don't know that formula, I love y'all, that's your fault. You should know how to find the area of a rectangle, okay? So the answer would be 20 square centimeters. Let's take a look now at number 9. You should know how to find the area of a triangle. It's 1/2 times the base times the height. I love y'all, but I've taught you that. If you didn't know that, it's your fault, okay? So 1/2 times the base is 7, and the height is 4. So 1/2 times 7 times 4 is 14 square meters. Well, Mr. Earhart, let me get a drink here real quick. Well, Mr. Earhart, I didn't bring my calculator to class. Well, guys, that's being unprepared for class. I mean, it's your job to bring your book, your papers, your pencils, your calculators. You're seniors, okay? With one sophomore, but most of you are seniors, okay? So that is how you find the area of a triangle. I was looking to get like 4 or 5 100s out of this quiz. I really was. Okay, number 13. All right, this is not too difficult. Let's first of all find the area of this tall rectangle. It's not too hard to do. The length is obviously 9 and the width is 4, and so the area of the rectangle would be 36. Now let's find the area of this little quadrilateral right here. Now, how far is this whole line all the way across down here? 7. How far is this line up here? 4. So come on, think about it. Wouldn't this line from here to here have to be 3? Look at it like this. Let me erase all this real quick. If this line up here from here to here is 4, then that means down here from here to here is 4. And if from here to here is 4 and the whole line is 7, then from here to here the measurement has to be 3. So if this is 3 and this is 3, then the area of this square is 9. So we have an area of 36, an area of 9, so the whole area would be 45 square meters. All right? And then moving on to the last problem, number 20. Area of a triangle again. There's the formula. Area equals 1/2 base times height. Now in this problem, they give you the area. They tell you the area is 80. So where the A is, I put an 80. They give you the height. The height is 16. And they want you to find the base, b. So we'll put a b right here. Now students, look, I taught you bridge math 2 years ago, most of you. You know when you're given an equation and you have a variable like we do right here that we're solving for, you know that you simplify both sides of the equation first. So you cannot simplify 80. However, 1/2 times b times 16, 1/2 times 16 is 8, and 8 times b is 8b. Let me get a drink here and go over that again. 1/2 times 16 is 8, and 8 times b is 8b. You know when you're multiplying, you can go in any order. And now we simply divide both sides by 8, and the answer is 10. The base is 10. Okay? So that's it. I hope this is a help to you. Let's go ahead and take some notes now. I'm not grouchy, guys. I just felt like I was really surprised at the quiz. I really felt like we should have done a lot better. I really did. And I hope you guys are studying and really trying to do well on these quizzes. All right, let's go ahead and get started with your notes. Please take some really good notes. So far, we have learned or reviewed how to find the area of many polygons. We are going to continue doing this today and also Wednesday. Wednesday will be the last lesson in Chapter 8. Okay, Wednesday will be the last lesson in Chapter 8. Today, we're going to learn how to find the area of trapezoids. The area of trapezoids. The lesson number is 8.6, and the date today is the 18th, if you want to write that down. Today, we are going to learn how to find the area of trapezoids. Before I give you the formula for finding the area of a trapezoid, it is important that we review which sides are called bases, which sides are called legs, and what the height is. Okay? So with that in mind, go ahead and copy this down. Let's quickly review. Okay, copy this trapezoid in your notes. Now remember, a trapezoid is a quadrilateral in which we have exactly two parallel lines, or exactly one set of sides is parallel. Notice please that this side here and this side over here, notice they are not parallel. They are not parallel, not even close. But notice this side here and this side here, notice those two sides are parallel. So we have a four-sided figure in which two sides are parallel. Please listen to me. The parallel sides are always the bases. Now take notes on that however you want to. Maybe you want to write the word base right here and the word base here. But the base of a trapezoid is always the parallel lines. Look, I don't care if the trapezoid is turned like this. It doesn't matter. This side right here and this side right here, they're parallel, so those are the bases. The bases of a trapezoid are always the parallel sides. So the non-parallel sides are called what? Legs. So make note of that. The non-parallel sides are called legs. And then lastly, what is the height of a trapezoid? Well, it's a line. Now listen to me. It's the line that connects the two bases, and it's perpendicular. The height is the line that connects the two bases like this, and it's perpendicular to the bases. And that's it. That's the height. So you might want to write that in your notes. Okay? There we go. So we've covered what the bases are, the parallel sides, what the legs are, the non-parallel sides, and what the height is. It's a line connecting the two bases so that it's perpendicular to the two bases. All right? Let me get a drink here and let's continue on. Here is the formula for finding the area of trapezoids. Isn't it easy? Look at this. B plus B. You add the two bases. Well, my goodness, students, anyone can add two numbers together. So you add the two bases, and after you add the, let's pretend one base is 2 and one base is 6. Add them together, and now you would have 1/2 times the height times 8. There we go. So in order to find the area of a trapezoid, the formula is 1/2 times the height times the sum of the bases. So you add the two bases first, and after you add the two bases, you then multiply these three numbers together. 1/2 times the height times the bases added together. That's it. So students, let's practice that about 4 times with 4 different problems, and then we'll go from there. Okay? All right, here we go. I think this thing's kind of freezing up here. Okay, students, I'm back. That happens sometimes. This old computer freezes up sometimes. All right, here we go. So let's go ahead and apply this formula right here to some of the problems, okay? I'm going to go ahead actually and cut and paste that if I can. And here we go. Okay, here's the formula for finding the area of trapezoids. Find the area of this trapezoid. Well, students, follow your formula. It's 1/2, here it is right here, times the height. The height, what is the height? It's 5 inches, times your two bases added together. Now the bases are your parallel sides, and here are your parallel sides. So I'm going to add 6 plus 8. It doesn't matter what side you put in first. So I really have 1/2 times 5 times 14. Using your calculator, you will get 35 inches squared. There we go. We just found the area of a trapezoid. Students, if you'll learn these formulas and apply them, it's not difficult. It's pretty simple. Okay, next problem. Here we go. Find the area of this trapezoid. Well, here we go. Same thing. Area equals 1/2 times the height. The height is 7. And then I add my two bases together. My bases are my parallel sides, which would be this side and this side. So I have 7 plus 11. So go ahead and add your two bases together, and you will get 18. And then with your calculator, if you take 1/2 times 7 times 18, you will get 63 square meters. Okay? All right, moving on again. Let's find the area of this trapezoid. Now, first of all, we know that I'm going to take 1/2 times the height. The height is 14. And then I'm going to add my two bases. Well, my bases are my parallel sides, which are these two sides here. And so I would add 16 plus 10. 16 plus 10. All right. So I add my bases first. So now I have 1/2 times 14 times 26. 16 plus 10. Now, with your calculator, if you type in 1/2 times 14 times 26, you're going to get 182 square feet. 182 square feet. Let's move on. Again, you know by now you're going to have to pause the video, but I just move on, okay? All right, I turned this one around a little bit, and I gave you all kinds of numbers to make you think. I mean, you should now know what the height is, what the bases are, etc., etc. So let's see how you're doing, okay? First of all, let's pull this down a little bit. Now, the formula to find the area of a trapezoid is 1/2 times the height. Now, you don't know the height if you don't first of all know the bases. So we know by now the bases are the parallel sides. So I'm going to turn this thing this way. Now, you don't have to do that, but I would encourage you to do that. The reason being is now you can see this side right here and this side right here are parallel. So if those are your parallel sides, then here's your height right here. It's the line perpendicular to your two bases. So the height is going to be 5, and then your two parallel sides are your bases. That's going to be 8 plus 12, not 7 and 5. Those are your legs. They're your non-parallel sides. You don't even need those numbers. I just put them there to confuse you. I want you to know what you're doing. Let me get a drink here real quick. Okay, so now I have 1/2 times 5 times 20, 8 plus 12. And 1/2 times 5 times 20 gives you 50 square centimeters. Students, that's it. It's just not difficult. If you'll learn the formulas and plug in the numbers in the correct places, you will get the answer correct, okay? Finding areas of trapezoids. I hope I've not been saying parallelograms, but areas of trapezoids, okay? All right, now let's do 2 other problems. 1, 2, and then we'll look at your homework, okay? So here we go. I have given you a trapezoid, and I've given you the area. Here's the formula we've been using right here. Area of a trapezoid. Area of a trapezoid equals 1/2 height and add your two bases. So I've given you the area. I want you to find the height. Well, that's not hard. Area is what? 77. For A, you're going to put what? 77. And then 1/2. And then you're looking for the height. We don't know it, so we're going to leave that H. It's not that bad. And then your two bases. Well, here's your parallel sides right here. So 8 plus 14. There. We have an equation. We're solving for H. Students, about couple years ago in bridge math class, I taught you guys how to solve equations like this. First of all, you simplify the left side. There's nothing to simplify. Then you simplify the right side. Well, there's a lot of simplifying. First of all, I'm going to change this parentheses to 22. 8 plus 14. And now there's some more simplifying I can do. 1/2 times H times 22 is the same thing as 1/2 times 22 times H. Well, 1/2 times 22 is 11, and 11 times H is 11H. There. I simplified this side. There's really nothing to do. I simplified this side, and now divide both sides by 11, and you're done. You know how to solve these equations. You did very well 2 years ago in bridge math. So there's the height, 7 feet. 7 feet. One more problem and we're done, okay? And then you can get started on the homework. Now, I want you to find a missing base, okay? Not sure why the answer is written here. That was definitely not intended. I want you to find this missing base right here. Now, the area is 39. Okay, and obviously I have a trapezoid, and here's my formula I've been using. So for A, the area, I'm going to put 39 because I know what the area is. Then I'm going to put 1/2, and then next is H. I know the height, it's 6, so I put that in for H. Now look, to be honest with you, I don't care if this is B1 or B2, it doesn't matter. We won't even need that one. We know one of the bases and we're missing the other base. I don't care if you put B plus 8 or if you put 8 plus B. It doesn't matter. Students, it doesn't matter, okay? So I'm just going to go ahead and put B plus 8. And let's get started. Now let's go back to the last problem. Would you please look at your notes at the last problem? In the last problem we just did, notice we had 8 and 14 inside the parentheses. Right here, I'm going to put it in red so you can see it. We had 8 plus 14. Do you see that in your notes? They're like terms. They're both numbers. They're both constant terms. Because of that, we could add those together. Now look at the problem we're on. Please don't add b plus 8 and put 8b. That is wrong. They're unlike terms. Haley, I've never had you in class before, or Martin for that matter, but guys, if they're unlike terms, this is a b term and this is a constant term. If they're unlike terms, you cannot add or subtract them. So there's nothing we can do here inside the parentheses. Now, I didn't say there was no simplifying that we could do over there. There's simplifying we can do, but we got to be careful. Now, we're going to solve for b. So we have a good old equation. These shouldn't scare you guys anymore. We did a bunch of these 2 years ago. First of all, we're going to simplify the left side. And so there's nothing you can do. 39 is 39. Now, be careful over here. I cannot add these two together. However, why could I not multiply 1/2 times 6? There's no reason I can't do that. 1/2 times 6 is 3. That's okay to do, isn't it? Sure it is. 1/2 times 6 is 3. Now, there's some more simplifying I can do. You learned this 2 years ago in bridge math. If there's a number outside the parentheses, and there's more than one term inside the parentheses, which there is, we have a b term and a constant term, so we have 2 terms. You can take this 3 and do what? Remember? Multiply it through. So 3 times b is 3b, and 3 times 8 is 24. There. This side is totally simplified. This side is totally simplified. Now, let me get a drink here. A lot of students, they get down to here and they put 27b. Guys, please don't forget what you learned 2 years ago. Are these two terms like or unlike? They're unlike. This is a b term. This is a constant term. They're unlike. You cannot put them together. So what do? We just get b by itself. First of all, you bring the positive 24 over and you make it a negative 24. And that would leave you with 15 equals 3b, because 39 minus 24 is 15, and this is gone. We brought it over to the left side. And now divide both sides by 3. Divide by 3, divide by 3. 15 divided by 3 is 5. So you found the missing base, 5. And guess what? You can check your answer real quick. Add your two bases together, you get 13, and then take 1/2 times the height times 13, and guess what you'll get? You'll get 39. It works, okay? So there we go. It's been a good class period. I hope you guys have listened well, but that is how you find the area of trapezoids. And then also I'm going to throw some problems at you where I give you the area, like this problem here, and this problem right back here, the other one we did, and you find missing bases or missing heights, okay? And that's what we're going to do. Here's your homework. Now here's what I need you to do. Actually, I don't think that's correct, so, and don't get upset about that. That was for last week when we had, I think this assignment was supposed to be on, let's see here, when it was supposed to be on a different day. Okay, I'm back. No, this is actually the right assignment, and so you guys are good. Page 800, page 448, 8 through 13, 18 through 22. Now, would you please listen to me? There is a help video for this homework assignment, like I always give you. And the video is what it's always called. Like you're used to this, Geometry 8.6 homework. But would you please listen to me? This video right here for your homework, when was it made? Last year. So please don't listen to what it says about your homework's due on, I don't know, Friday, and there's a quiz on this day or a test on that day. Ignore all of that. This video was made last year for Ashley, Megan, Tara, and Kate. Okay? All this video is for right here. All that this homework video is for you to listen how to do the problems in case you get stuck. That's it. Okay? So there's the video you can watch to help you with your homework. Please call or email if you have any questions. Be sure and turn all your homework in, and I hope you guys have a good day.